Hello everyone, and this is John Musan from johnmusan.com, and I've got two very special guests with me here. We've already had a chat with Dr. Masha Semazar, but also we've got Mr. Jerry Clark himself here. Jerry, thank you very much for your time.
Not a problem, John. It's my pleasure.
I appreciate very much that you're here, and it's been a fantastic 3-4 hours listening to you, and that's really appreciated. I think I learned a lot today.
Yeah, I did too. I enjoyed listening to myself.
And there you go, his famous.
I'm very modest.
All right. Well, listen. First of all, just quickly, for the sake of our viewers, if they're not very familiar with your story, I've heard you share it in very detail today, and you really came from very humble beginnings to achieving multiple levels of success. And maybe perhaps you can shed a bit more light about your story in a short 2 sentences, if you wish, or more.
Yeah, sure. I mean, my story, in a short 2 sentences, is it's one of those stories of struggle. You're born into a background where there's a lot of struggle involved. Maybe a lot of people could relate, to that. Maybe people can't. But things weren't, going really well from the perspective of being surrounded by an environment of empowerment, or an environment of prosperity. It was an environment of poverty. So it was an environment of disempowerment, an environment of what you can't do, what you can't have, and so forth. And along the way, as a kid, I started to recognize that, there got to be more. I mean, there got to be a way to be able to create something different than what everyone else is telling me, because everyone else is telling me what you can't do and what you can't have, what's impossible. So along the way, being curious, I wanted to know, how can I start to create some of the results that I've noticed other people were creating. Other people had the finer things in life, so to speak. So why, is my family saying that we can't do it? My aunts and uncles and different people. And so along the way, after you're curious like that, you started to be open to allow yourself to connect with material and information that can allow you to expand your consciousness. And that's what happened, really. So when I was 18 years old, I was attracted to personal development for the first time. I started listening to personal development information, and I thought this was like the next best thing to, just to like being alive. I was like, man, this is awesome. Not only do I get to be alive, but I get to really live, with this type of information. And I was so excited about it. And so I started engaging in that and started listening to, all the giants, all the personal development giants, the classics, Jim Rohn, and the Zig Ziglars, and the Brian Tracy's, and Dennis Waitley's, and the Les Browns, and all these people. And I started listening to them over and over and over again, and it really started to change the way I thought. And that thinking started to attract different opportunities to me. And one of the opportunities was, network marketing. Back when I was 19 years old, so I got attracted to network marketing. I thought it was a great concept. Thought it was awesome. Decided to plug in, and fortunately, I just followed the system. Learned some basic principles, and was able to create some reasonable results. And then I retired and took some time off. And then I started teaching other people some of the same things that I did to be able to create the results. So that's what I do now, as you know, John, after the 3 hours or so that we devoted together with training and so forth, is I go around the world training people, sharing with them different concepts and philosophies that can really make a difference and allow them to understand that they don't have to be stuck in a poverty consciousness or a disempowered environment. They can literally transform the quality of their consciousness, thus transforming the quality of their lives. So that's pretty much what I've been committed to over all this time.
Thanks very much for that. That was an in-depth question answer.
It was more than 2 sentences.
Yeah, but I absolutely loved it, and I understand. I understand where you're coming from, because to me, when I started in this business, and one of the first things I had to work on myself as well, and actually finding the shift in thinking and the mentality behind it, and how it makes me just a general better person in general, and makes life just easier. So thanks very much for sharing that. Now, the next question is I'm going to ask is, we've talked about this, I guess, but I was hoping to get, 2 answers maybe here. What I'm finding is that success is not necessarily just one thing. So that question is directed to both of you now. Success is not just one thing. It's a combination of things. It's the mental attitude, I guess, the actions that you take, the belief that you have in yourself. So I guess from both of you, from your own personal experience, what would be probably the most fundamental aspect of success, or like a prerequisite to success, if there is such a thing? If not, maybe you can elaborate more from your personal experiences.
Wow, that's a great question, John. I think, what is really success to me? To me, it's really having a choice, having a lot of choices, and helping people find the meaning of their life. When you are finding the meaning of your own life is kind of your journey. But when you're really hoping to help other people do that, I think that's very, very much success for myself. It's also having a lot of opportunities and choices. And I think it comes with a lot of responsibility. Success, including financial success, comes with a lot of responsibility towards our planet, towards other people, our surroundings, our environment. So being responsible is being successful to me. And I think very much, when you're really successful, it's not about you. So definitely giving and, creating a vision and a project, a legacy, that's something that's connected to success for me.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with everything Masha just said. As far as our prerequisite, the first prerequisite is desire. I mean, someone just has, you got to have the desire to be more, to do more, to have more. I mean, if you don't have that desire, then nothing else is really going to work for you. So I think that, you require the desire, number one. Number two, you got to have some kind of work ethic. You got to be willing to put in the work. I mean, there's going to be some work if you want to create magnificent results. It's not going to happen by you sitting around, hesitating, meditating, levitating, contemplating. You got to, put in some action. So that's going to be the second thing, willingness to work. And then the third thing is to be willing to persist until you get it done. I mean, you got to, get it done. And whatever that getting it done is for you, that's really a key. But if you don't have the desire, you're not going to be willing to do number three for sure. And your work ethic is probably going to be misguided. So that's why, all those things are important.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Very sharing some great insight here. All right. Now, the next question would also be directed to both of you. Now, in the network marketing or direct sales industry, we've heard some amazing stories, including both of you. People going and achieving really some amazing things to this day. I think it's very I would say it's pretty shocking. From a different lifestyle where we are going to get an education and get a job and work hard, everything we were talking about today, to actually living a life by design, where you actually set and see what you desire and where you want to go, and actually have a really solid goal at it, knowing that you cannot fail if you've proven yourself right, I should say. Now the question is, would you say that anyone is capable to achieve that level of success, or do they have to be a superhero to be able to do that?
I think anyone can be. You're asking about success in network marketing, I assume. Network marketing is open to everyone, but what Jerry has just shared about success, very few people are willing to do the things that are necessary to become the people to be able to create the success. So I think one thing that I really love about network marketing, that it's so international and open to people of every background, both educational, race background, religious background. This is something that I really enjoy. And I truly believe that it is open to everyone, because coming from today in a first world country, we're flying off to a very impoverished country where people are creating incredible success with network marketing as well. So I don't think that there are limits on who you have to be before you start, but there's requirements and prerequisites of what you've got to do to become the person to have the success.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, what Marsha said is definitely right on the money. It's interesting because I've had an opportunity to be in this industry for about 24 years now. Yeah. And during that time, I've seen a lot of people who you would never think is going to make it in this business. I mean, you just, okay, they're not going to make it. And they've gone on to be massive success stories. I mean, absolutely incredible. So, after really seeing that over and over and over again, I realized that really people can set themselves up if, as Marsha just said, if they allow themselves to really plug into the processes that's required, the thinking that's going to be required. There's going to be some shifts in consciousness required for most people. And that's what happened with every single last one of the people that I've noticed who came into this industry. You never would have thought they were going to be successful in it at all. And, they just created the type of success that you would not even believe is possible, period. And I've seen that too many times to not think that someone really can't make it. Because a lot of the people I thought couldn't make it, made it massively. and a lot of people I thought were going to make it massively failed miserably. So, so you don't know. You just got to give everyone that opportunity to get on the field and play and see what they're willing to do with it. That's the key.